Ladies and gentlemen, for the 959th time, it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring a very special guest for the first time in a long time. That dude called J-Dub.
What's happening? Life is like a box of chocolates.
Right. Me, I am Mahoney. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show. How do you do, Mr. Dub?
I'm doing pretty good, man. What's good? I mean, how can you feel bad when you picturing a feather floating out of the sky?
Well, look, man, that's funny that you say that, because in reference to Forrest Gump, this show has been going on a long time. And not many people listen to every episode or anything, but there's a lot of things that we talk about over and over again. And one of the things that we talk about over and over again that you've obviously never been a part of is Forrest Gump, very specifically. It's actually why I chose Forrest Gump music. Now I can't hear the motherfucker.
Forrest Gump don't
I get to turn it up. No, I know what I'm doing.
Forrest Gump don't get down with DMX.
So, Forrest Gump is a movie about a man who is, for sake of modern audiences, mentally challenged, right? I think everybody can admit to that. So,
He even admitted to it. He said, I'm no smart man, but I know what love is.
Yeah, he knows what love is. I'll give him that to a degree. He knows what love is. But in the eyes of the court system, I believe it would be very apparent that Forrest Gump is not of sound mind. And being that Forrest Gump is not of sound mind, that means that Jenny is a rapist.
Jenny was a whore.
You can't, Jenny got around. Jenny was a loose lady. She was the beginning of women's lib. She had herself the pill, and Jenny was like ready to do her thing. Funny enough, with a little Neil Young playing in the background. There was a warning sign up ahead. There were a lot of people saying that she'd have been better off dead, but Forrest Gump loved him some Jenny. And I tell you, people don't like to admit it, that it's a story about a rapist raping a man, a beautiful woman raping a man, and then having the audacity to come around years later and be like, see this child named Forrest? This is your child, Forrest. You millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire motherfucker that you are. What's your mental challenge? You need to take care of this child because I was a hooah, and your mama died of cancer, and I'm dying of AIDS.
And the kid may or may not have AIDS.
And you never... no. I see, and that's the thing. I don't believe that kid's really Forrest's kid. I think Jenny took advantage of him.
Oh, yeah.
I think she just showed up out of the blue with this kid and was like, this is your kid, because she knew he had a lot of money. And she knew that he loved her. And she knew that that was, like, the best place to leave her child. I mean, it's admirable in a sense, but I'd like to make a movie called Jenny Gump. And, make this all about how Jenny's story is. Jenny's like, I gotta go tell this guy, this mentally challenged man, that this child that isn't his is his, so that he'll take it and raise it and pay for it because he's got the money to do it, and he'll provide a loving home to this child because he loves me, because he's mentally challenged and I've taken advantage of him his whole fucking life. That's really what it is. Like, and that's the thing. I'm being extremely cynical in like a manner that's funny, because we find this to be very funny on the Mason and Friends show. The thought of Jenny like literally just taking advantage of Forrest on every imaginable front, which, I mean, if you kind of look at it that way, you're like, yeah, Jenny's kind of taking advantage of Forrest.
I mean, straight facts. If you talking movie continuity, Jenny's got green eyes, Forrest got blue eyes, that little bastard got brown eyes. That's that junkie that was laid up in the bed when she was about to jump off the motherfucking
Could be
hotel room.
I mean, but this is years later. That child came along years later. You know what I mean? Like, this would have been years later. Little baby Joe Osment down there. Like, I'm telling you, dude. That's our theory here at the Mason and Friends show, is that Jenny knowingly took advantage of Forrest Gump. Therefore, she is guilty of rape.
Or maybe like an old school gold digger, because she always knew that Forrest would be like
No,
that.
because Forrest doesn't have the mental continuity. He doesn't have the mental soundness to make that decision for himself, right? Because he's challenged, right? So he can't really make these decisions. There has to be somebody behind the scenes helping out with Forrest in a lot of ways, right? So the real reason that you know this is true, because if you reverse the genders, it's a horror movie.
Oh, it's bad news.
It's a horror movie.
It's bad news.
That's literally a fucking horror movie. Like, where there's an attractive, mentally challenged girl. Like, I just imagine, like, Forrest being of sound mind and Jenny being, not. And then Forrest at, like, 15 is like, hey, Jenny, you want to suck my dick, you know what I'm saying? And Jenny's like, well, I really do like you, Forrest, is that what you want? Yeah, I want you to suck my dick. Yeah, fuck out, you know what I mean? Like whether or not she's, like into it doesn't really step in with legality, you know what I mean? Like, if the girl's into it, she's still being taken advantage of.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's mentally challenged. So, like, there's no talking out of it. You know what I mean? When you talk it into that rabbit hole, there's no talking your way out of that rabbit hole. It's like a black hole. Forrest is getting raped is a black hole. Once you get into that level of thought about the movie, there's no way out. You can't get back what was once was. Like, when I was sitting in the theater at, like, 14, watching Forrest Gump, being all emotional when he's standing under the tree where she's buried and shit, talking to her. Like, I'm like, oh, man, this is emotional. I'm upset. You know what I mean? Like, I'm crying in the theater as a little kid. And then I grow up, and I'm like, that fucking bitch. She took advantage of him for his whole fucking life. His whole life, she took advantage of that mentally challenged man. She used him at every opportunity that she could ever use to take advantage of that mentally challenged man.
And always knew if something happened, you know what? I can always go back to Greenbow, Alabama, and there's Forrest as my safety net.
Forrest will always catch me, especially once he has this money.
Oh, look at this nigga. He done named his boat after me.
He done named
I got this motherfucker.
27 shrimping boats after me. I could totally drop this illegitimate child off at his doorstep and go die in a fucking cave. You know what I mean? Like, she's like dropping off the only thing that I really care about in my entire life. Because it ain't you, Forrest, but I named him Forrest.
Just like you named your boat after me.
That's right. That's right. You loved me so much, you named 37 boats Jenny. Jenny 2, Jenny 15. Because that's how they are on the mic. At one point, they're like, Jenny 22 to home base. You know what I mean? Like, they say it's something like that. Like, Forrest is swimming back across the bay.
Why's that? Because his mom is sick. Okay.
I mean, I get the urgency. I really do. That's very touching. Forrest was a sweet character.
I'd have done the same thing.
Yeah.
You tell me somebody's sick, I don't even know how to fucking swim, but you bet your ass I'm gonna fucking swim.
Well, you bet your ass you wouldn't even have been on that boat, John. You would not even have been there. Like, if I came to you not mentally challenged and was like, hey, you want to go on this shrimping boat with me? You'd be like, nope.
Like, how long we gotta be on this motherfucker? Because it's longer than 3.
Where's it going? Like, no, is it going anywhere that I can't walk out of? Then no, I'm not interested. Like, John, we couldn't throw you into a half a foot of fucking lake one time.
Nope.
Like you literally, like, you could have walked out there 37 feet into the water, ankle deep, and you was running away from it. Like, you ain't swimming, dog. That's an amazing thing. Like, you got a pool, you don't know how to swim.
You know what's real fucking crazy?
That's crazy.
So I have vivid dreams like a motherfucker, right? And I always believe, like, aside from, like, flying, or anything crazy like that, then anything that I can do in my dream, I should be able to replicate in real life. I can swim like a goddamn Olympic champ in my fucking dreams.
But
man.
have you ever tried to swim in reality?
I have. And I could pretty much tie this. I could pinpoint where my trauma from swimming came the fuck in.
Okay, what traumatized you to not learn how to swim
It was in like
in 40 plus years?
It was in like 4th or 5th grade. We took this field trip, like a swim safety field trip to like, I don't know, some pool up in Fairfax County or whatnot. Now, mind you, I'm scared of heights like a motherfucker. So they didn't start us off with like, go off like the low end diving board or anything. No.
They took you to the high dive immediately?
Took us right to the motherfucking 13-foot joint, and I freaked the fuck out, man.
Had you swam before that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had swam twice before that. Both times were in duress. One of them was that day when I felt like my life was in danger.
So
and
you doggy paddled your way up out the pool?
Uh-huh. And the second time was one time when I was in Virginia Beach, and this kid that I met down there during that week, he came up from behind me, put me in a full Nelson, and took me all the way down to the deep end of the pool, like the deep end. And I remember being underwater, punching that nigga in the stomach, and then somehow making my way back to the shore.
Everything you talk about that you remember has very professional wrestling elements at play. The man put you in a full Nelson, not a half Nelson, not an arm bar, a full Nelson.
A full Nelson.
And then walked you to the deep end.
Oh, no, he drugged my ass.
But like, this was in the water?
This was in the
like, y'all were in the water when he put you in the full Nelson?
In the goddamn pool at the Holiday Inn that went to like 12 feet.
That's really fucking funny, dude. You were ridiculous, you know that?
Childhood trauma, man. That shit is real.
Sometimes you got to like get on with it, you know what I mean? You got to get on with it, Dub. You got to get in the water and learn how to swim for real. Like, I mean, with the impending apocalypse potential, you should definitely know how to swim.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Us being on a coastline and shit like that.
If you're like ever in the position of, say, Taylor from Planet of the Apes, if you're ever like literally like running through the jungle being chased, and you come across the river and you don't know how to swim, like it could be the end, dog. You'd be that dude standing there next to the river, like, you got me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I ain't running no more. I guess we're actually fighting now. Like, oh, and you got a gun. Bang, I'm dead. Oops. I guess I should have learned how to swim. You don't want to be that dude sitting there thinking, man, Mason was right. I should have learned how to swim.
But would that be a duress situation? Because in that sense, it's like, shit, it's either sink or swim, literally.
I don't know, dog. I see you rubbing mud all over yourself and trying to blend in on the ground somewhere.
Oh, well, I'd have done that hours before.
Dig into the mud somewhere and hope that it doesn't, like, engulf you. That you're actually in some mud. It's just some sloppy mud like the Terminator or the Predator.
The Predator,
you know
what
I'm saying? Like, get in that mud like the Predator and hope that motherfucker doesn't show up and find you.
Damn right, man. Yeah. I'll be hidden in some mud, up in a fucking tree, naked as a motherfucker.
Yep.
Leaves and shit all over me, just chilling.
Yeah. Blending. Just blending in.
Damn right.
Yes, sir.
Because I ain't making it to that goddamn water. So if I gotta take out 88 other motherfuckers on this island before I get thrown in the fucking ocean, you best believe.
Well, that's just really amusing. Like, if you got stuck on an island and everybody was like, there's the mainland, I'm just gonna swim. And you would just be stuck. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many situations that, like, you could need to swim. Like, it's like a really important element. It's like a really important element in life, and you don't know how to do it, and it's really fucking funny to me to like break your balls about it and be like, bro, you better learn how to swim. Like, you could literally walk out into your pool. You got a pool, you're probably waist deep in that bitch. You just lean forward and paddle your arms. I'm sure you could, for YouTube videos on how to fucking swim, like, I'm sure there's some sort of something that could teach you how to swim. You'd be out there like doing all kinds of different strokes and shit, like the swim master one day if you just like spend a little time. It's summertime, dog. Is your pool open?
Yeah, it's open.
Come on, get your ass out there and learn how to swim. What's wrong with you? Goddamn. I'm gonna just chill here in the corner.
Oh yeah.
You out your goddamn mind, man. You better get out there and fucking get back and forth. Little kick, little paddle. Come on, man.
And the few times I do go out to that motherfucker, it's me. I'm high. I'm chilling with the fucking ginger ale. I'm in the jacuzzi, man. Just Bob Marley. Lighten up yourself. All that shit.
Yeah, dude. No, you need to you need to spend 10 minutes a week out there fucking trying to learn how to swim. You watch YouTube videos a couple times during the week, then you go out and you put it into practice, say Friday night or some shit. Whatever. Thursday, Tuesday evening, whatever. Like, you get out there and you take your feet off the floor and you paddle across that bitch. And then you fucking read a fucking book on how to swim, or you fucking find a YouTube video or whatever the fuck. You need to learn how to swim, dog. If you're part of the group, if you're part of the Fellowship of the Ring, man, trying to walk across, you're not going to make it. At some point, you're going to have to swim. Remember, they was out there in the water at one point? I'm telling you.
I watched that whole fucking trilogy for the first time, back to back to back, and I watched the extended cuts. I remember that they were amazing, but I don't remember jack shit about detail, man.
That's a hard ride.
That joint went from fucking like quarter to midnight to like 12:30 the next day, man. And that's because I ain't had no weed and no cigarettes. It was like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna fucking cut on this Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Sheer madness.
Yeah, man.
That is sheer madness.
That was a rough day until I could get to some 7-Eleven later on that day. At least get some nicotine. Because after 13 hours and 13 and a half hours and you only got one cigarette left, it's like, yeah, you want to say that, motherfucker.
Yeah, why would you do that to yourself?
What's that?
Like, not have any nicotine. Like, you're a smoker. And why would you ever watch 13 hours of movies together without at least one of those, like, fucking, like a patch or something? I don't know. Like,
right?
They make them little strips now, I think. Like, there's all kinds of stuff. There's all sorts of nicotine ingestion options.
It was during COVID, so it wasn't like I can just run out to the fucking 7-Eleven real quick and whatnot. But at the same time,
I mean, sure, you could have. Come on.
I could have.
You could have.
I could.
There were people in there buying cigarettes all COVID long, man.
Did I feel like it? Nah. So when I get low on like cigarettes or something like that, I'm gonna watch something that's gonna fucking like take my mind off shit for a while. And I said, why not take the next 13 and a half hours of my life and finally watch The Lord of the Rings?
They were good.
They were good. They were fucking phenomenal.
Good. Yeah.
It did make me feel a little bit of regret that I didn't see any of them in the theater.
Well, then you would have wanted to watch the extended cuts and all that. You get to watch like the parts you wanted to watch in the long run. You know what I mean? It's sort of like when I watched To Live and Die in L.A. I was like, I always wanted to see this because of the car chase that I've seen online a couple times. And there was like that car chase and not much else. And I was like, whatever, but it looks like Grand Theft Auto at one point, which I confirmed with you. I don't know which Grand Theft Auto it is, but it's coming down the alley and there's a bridge and you can go hang out in the one spot to the right of the bridge. It's fucking crazy.
That's 5, man. And 5, that's in reality, that's where the fucking Something Brothers old clothing factory used to be. You can buy that joint at some point.
Ah, yes.
And it becomes a front for your fucking undercover FIB missions and shit like that.
Right, okay, sure. Fair enough. Yeah, that's funny, man. Like, Grand Theft Auto 6, I'm like jonesing for it. I've never beaten 5. I've never gotten far into 5. I don't know. I've gotten all 3 characters, but that's about as far as I ever usually get.
It's not that much farther after that. It's like 2 or 3 missions after that.
Right on. I remember fighting it out with the motorcycle gang in this trailer park. That was fun.
That was fun.
That's a good one.
I like going into just random ass hoods, either like a motorcycle gang or like a Vago set or something at night, and just fire off a single shot. See what the fuck happens, man.
Yeah, and then it's on. Yeah.
Why? Then it's someone watch that GPS just light up red. See how many of these motherfuckers I could take out with a single headshot.
It's gonna be really crazy. I think 6 is gonna be really fucking crazy. Like, I'm super anticipating that.
That motherfucker might be too real, man.
It looks... Dude, I'm telling you, I think Red Dead Redemption 2 or whatever is too real. Like, first person on fucking PlayStation 4, I was like, yo, dog, this is too much. I quit playing because of that shit. Like, this is too much. I'm going to lose my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to be sitting here thinking that I'm living in the Midwest. Back in the day. Like the Wild Wild West.
The Wild Wild West, man.
Like just straight up stinking and horse shitting everywhere. Just, I mean, no thank you, man. That thing was just too real. I was not interested. Look, I mean, I like it. It's amazing. But I didn't get anywhere in that. I didn't make it out the first camp. Like, I didn't get past the first camp. I was like, I'm done. Shit.
Damn.
I ain't fucking with this. This is gonna ruin my life. Like, it would have been that and nothing else. I'd be like, my name is Arthur Morgan. Welcome to the Mason and Friends show, aka my name is Mason, aka Arthur Morgan. Yeah, dude, no, it was a problem. Like, that shit was a real problem.
Dude, the realism, it's...
Yeah. It's like that,
Tell 'em,
man.
D.
The real is like that. The real shit is like that.
God damn. There'd be some times where I'll be doing crazy shit on GTA, right? Like jackass type shit. Like, I'm gonna jump off this one. Like, I took my fucking flying Torador, the underwater car and shit, that you can put the wings out and shit and drive that motherfucker underwater. I put that motherfucker on top of the Maze Bank Arena and said, yo, I'm gonna drive this motherfucker from the Maze Bank Arena to the top of the goddamn Arcadius building by just hitting the boost and land that motherfucker. Ain't nobody else on YouTube ever done this shit before, but I'm gonna do it today. I got that motherfucker done in one try, dude. Like, yeah. Yes.
You were too far in there, bro. That's why I quit playing. You're in there, bro. You need to be pulled out, man.
I'm telling you,
You're in
man.
the Matrix, dog.
I'll hop into a fucking fighter jet and I'll crash that motherfucker into a building, but right before it crashes into a building, I'll see how close the fucking fighter jet I can get to the building before I absolutely have to jump out the motherfucker and it hits the building.
Does it eject, or do you just hop out of it like you're, getting out of a car?
See, that depends on the plane that you're flying. If you're flying a jet, you just hop out like on the side, but if you're flying a fucking fighter jet, nah, you go up.
So you have to eject yourself. Interesting. And that's just hitting the get out button like you would get out of a car to eject out of a fighter jet.
Same thing.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
But the crazy thing about coming out of a fucking plane is you have to be level when you're doing that shit, because if you're tilted to the right or the left, if you're tilted to the left, then you're just gonna fall out the fucking plane, and whatever speed you're flying at, that's how fast your body's gonna fly into the fucking building that you're trying to hit.
Okay, interesting. So you have to be perfectly level to eject. What a bunch of bullshit. You hit the eject button, you're sideways, you're just going to shoot out sideways in reality, is the way I understand it.
Yeah. So that's where it comes cool with like the fighter jets. If you're sideways on a fighter jet, you'll shoot out sideways instead of slamming into the building in front of you.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, okay.
So there's ways around it.
What a tripped out bunch of shit, man.
I've been planning my swim time to my GTA time.
Nah, bro, you need to every 6 hours of GTA, you need to do 10 minutes of swimming. Like, in reality. You need to do something in reality. Like, you're good at flying the flying submarine car from GTA, from one building rooftop to another. Shut the fuck up. You've got to learn how to swim in reality, dog.
You know what? Maybe that's the catalyst right there, since I've learned so much and can apply it from GTA. Maybe that's it right there, since I'm a championship swimmer in GTA.
In GTA,
that's all I need to do.
Wait a minute, in GTA they have swimming meets?
They don't have swimming meets, but I can swim like a son of a bitch.
Okay, well, there you go. Fair enough. And you've watched him swim. Like, you understand, like, the physical motion of it. If nothing else, from just watching the guy swim in GTA.
Yeah. I don't even know how it happened at one point. One time I was far out in the fucking ocean. It took me like 5 minutes to swim back to shore. Like, my hands were getting all tired of shit, but then I remember it was like, oh shit, this motherfucker's probably getting tired too. I need to rest here for a second. But you can't do it too long, because then a shark might come and get your ass.
Dude, that fucking game is too much, man. The fucking Rockstar. Like, I want Rockstar. I don't even know. It's not like anything I can imagine. Like, the way they make games. Like, I want them and I don't want them. All at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is going to be amazing. And then I'm like, I ain't got time for that shit.
Because you know it's going to take up 2 months of your
It's going to eat up the
time.
rest of my life. I'm never coming back. Like, it's just going to destroy me.
Fucking GTA 5 was $265 million to make. A $265 million budget game.
If this shit's like $1 trillion or something, then 6 is going to be like a lot of money they've spent on 6.
It's gotta be. I would say at least like...
And you haven't watched any of the trailers?
I have not watched any of the trailers. On purpose.
They look good. There's an El Camino in it. I'm digging it. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of the screenshots and like the race meetups and shit.
Well, like, it's got a girl protagonist.
Yeah.
There's like a dude and a chick that are a couple, and I guess you do both. I guess you play both. Because it seems like you're the dude to the beginning, and then you go pick your girl up from jail. That's like the way the trailer portrays everything.
Nice.
So it's like he's like chilling at work, at home, like whatever, and he gets the call that she's getting out, so he goes and picks her up, and it just shows him like driving to go pick her up or whatever. So it shows a lot of shit. It's a very, very good looking game.
Oh man!
Like it looks really, really stupid real. And I got the PS5, so it's gonna be retarded.
I'm gonna have to get a PS5 just for that shit.
Although that was the funny thing, that like I got it because of Turtles, but I was always gonna get it because of Grand Theft Auto. Like I had to get the Turtles game because I was able to play Turtles and beat it, which I was never able to do in reality when I was a kid.
Same.
I had unfinished business with the Turtles. And I copped that shit on PS5 and I played it for like 3 or 4 weeks and I beat it. And then I didn't play it anymore. I played every now and again NBA 2K25, but like that's it. Like there's a racing game for motorcycles that I tried playing. I can't fucking keep it on track, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. I have no idea how to drive that thing.
Is there a good NASCAR game out these days? I've been trying to look for one.
I have no idea. Like I'm sure there's something. There's so much driving game stuff, like the simulators you can build and shit. That's another thing that like I put in so much time driving with the simulator on the PS2 that I didn't want to buy the one for the 3 because I didn't want to continue down that rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. And I also didn't want to get into it on the 4. And now things are so ridiculous. You can buy like actuators, you know, like full-on pads, like simulators that would take up this whole room. Like you could fill up your garage with a racing simulator.
Did you see that fucking movie Gran Turismo?
Yeah.
Based off the game?
Actually, no, I didn't see it, but yeah, I'm aware of it.
Yeah, so exactly what you're talking about. Like, Homeboy's setup to mimic an actual racing car in his bedroom was fucking ridiculous.
Right,
dude.
right.
Like,
And
how John Monahans, who working a goddamn construction job, gonna be able to afford all this shit?
well, I mean, you know, you can build this stuff up from a couple G's to like 20 grand.
Oh, yeah. He wouldn't have had to buy shit. John Monahans, who was a goddamn construction worker, he just built the shit.
Well, but I mean, you could literally buy on finance this kind of shit. Mm-hmm. Instead of financing a car, you could finance a racing simulator. I'm sure.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I pay $600 a month. I've had to pay for $500 for 5 years. $600 a month for 5 years, or some shit like that. Some ungodly, you're paying way too much in interest kind of thing.
Could have been a real car.
Right, and you literally could buy a real car. That's the thing. Like, if I was gonna do it, I would build a fucking real car, expensive simulator. I would build like a $15,000 simulator. And once again, there'd be no stopping me at that point. I'd be like, I'm in the rabbit hole. I'm not coming out of the Matrix.
Oh yeah,
I'm gone.
Can you imagine that if you built a goddamn custom car, was able to put it in your living room, and on the windshield you're seeing like your first person, like GTA or Racetrack or whatever the fuck.
If I could play Grand Theft Auto on the driving simulator and just have a controller that I pick up when I'm not driving a car, and anytime I get in the car, I'm in my driving simulator. I'm not coming out of the Matrix, dog. I'm never coming out, dude. It's over, bro. I'm gone. Like, I'm seriously checked out. That is like full on checked out, not in the Matrix. I am like, this is my life.
This is your new life.
Yes.
This is you.
Yes.
If you unplug, you will die.
Like, you remember those dudes that like used to play World of Warcraft all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be me. Only I'd be behind the wheel of a car with like a manual transmission, just fucking ripping. Just fucking ripping. And that's the thing, like, any car you build in these fucking games, you wreck the shit out of them, you just reset it and you go back. Like, you're not like having to rebuild these cars and spend money like in reality. That's amazing.
Except for if you really like wreck your car, like if it gets blown up or something, it's your own car, you have to pay a premium to your insurance company in some instances to get it back. It's like 10%.
Well, there's all sorts of reality elements at play that are not at play in the simulator.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's the real appeal of it, is that like I could literally just like if I could have real roads on there, you know what I mean, and like race the Dragon's Tail with nobody on it in Tennessee, like, or wherever that place is. There's this Dragon's Tail that's got like 800 turns or some shit that's like somewhere amazing. It's probably less turns than 800, but it's well renowned. But people like wreck their cars off of it. Like, people get found 8 months after they went missing, like dead in the ravine because they wrecked into some jungle shit, because it's like really rugged territory that's got this windy ass road that's amazing. People go whipping through there. Like if I could race that in reality, in like virtual reality, and then go drive my actual reality car there one day, I mean, that's like any NASCAR game. Like I could get really good at a certain track just in the simulator, and then go do it in real life. Pretty much verbatim how it would be, like, which is I presume what Gran Turismo the movie was about.
Yeah,
Was about a kid that fucking ripped it up on the simulator and got behind the wheel of a real car and went and kicked ass in that too.
So basically, he kills it on Gran Turismo, and at the same time, they're trying to build a racing team built off of people who are really good at fucking Gran Turismo. So they start scouting around the world. They find this kid amongst like 16 other kids or whatnot. They come, they train them, they get them all performance ready and shit like that. It's nuts. And that's what kind of like solidified my theory that I've been having for a couple years. I've had this theory that like if you play, especially since GTA 5, since it's so realistic, if you play like to drive and not to wreck into shit, but just to see how fast you can drive, how precise you can be, how much shit you're not hitting, how much you're staying in like the correct lanes and shit like that, and do that on an often enough basis, can that shit actually apply to your real life just like Gran Turismo does? Absolutely.
It doesn't hurt it in Grand Theft per se driving like that, but it's not the same as a simulator because
Right.
It's not built as a simulation.
No, it doesn't got
The
like the
physics
same
aren't,
physics.
the
Yeah.
physics aren't right per se. They're pretty good in Grand Theft, but they're not like what a simulator would be.
Yeah.
So like I think that like you're definitely bettering your skills, but you're not. It's not the same as if you had a simulator built.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, cause that I credit not wrecking a couple of times to all of the drunk driving I did on my PS2.
Just same. Yes.
I'm trying to tell you, dog. Like, I lost to Acura one time, drunk as a fucking skunk, sliding all over the place. And if I hadn't raced the video game, I'd have wrecked the car that night. Because it was something that I had done in the video game a million fucking times, 1,000 times. Probably at least 500 times in reality. I had done that in a video game that, like, I did it enough that I figured out how to save the car and why I would lose it if I would lose it. Like if I hit the brakes at all, it was over. Mm-hmm. And I was all over the place, and I almost hit the brakes. And I was like, nope, I gotta drive through this. And I only knew to do that because of racing the video game.
Isn't that shit crazy?
It's crazy. And I drove through it. You know, I caught the car and drove it for another long time before anybody ever ran into me in it. You know what I mean? Like, a couple times I did some crazy shit in that car where I got totally driven all over the place to avoid something at high speeds. And it impressed all men. It impressed. Integris, y'all. DC2s. Hell of a car.
Shit. One time I was driving on Grand Theft Auto, and my left tire got in a bullet hole in it, so it hadn't popped yet, but it was about to. And once it did, the car shifted, and I went immediately this way.
Sure.
Which is exactly why I feel like I saved my own life last year when I wrecked my car, because what happened in it, when the dude came out and I T-boned him, it caused my car to fucking bounce off his. I didn't know that my driver's side tire had gone like this, but I could feel it because it was dragging along 234, and I'm sliding down the other side of 234, but I knew exactly where to go on 234 to get to the fucking grass, A, not get hit by any oncoming cars, B, and C, to get to the grass just enough to where it wasn't to that steep part where I could possibly flip. All of that came from just precision GTA training, bro. And not freaking out throughout the whole thing. Like, nope, it's just a video game. Freak out after you get out the goddamn car.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the way things have to be done. You just gotta fucking knuckle up and do that shit.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
Cry later.
Yeah, be upset at another time.
Make sure you alright. Make sure other dude's alright. Whoever it is. Rough shit, man.
So you sit here with the belt on. That's some amusing ass shit, dog. Like, we haven't talked about this. Video watchers are going to be able to see this, but people that are listening, my boy here is rocking a What is that? You say that's the broken skull?
This is the Smoking Skull belt. Matter of fact,
Smoking skull belt.
this belt was in the accident with me, and you could see how it got fucking bent. when it was
So
in the
it's
back seat.
twisted from being in the car wreck. You got a pro style. That's not literal, the one that they would use in the ring, but that's like about as close as you can get to what they would use in the ring.
No, I would say this is probably.
Or is that what they would use?
I would say this is it.
Because that motherfucker twisted up, dog.
Yeah, man. It didn't break or nothing. That's the crazy thing. It just twisted. See, I feel like if it were like a replica, this motherfucker would have snapped. This is steel, man. Smoking Skull. Like, goddamn.
Shit is ridiculous, dude. I went to a pro wrestling event with you years and years ago, and you walked around like that with a wrestling belt on your shoulder.
Now I walk around every day like this.
I know you're insane.
You know why?
You're insane.
'Cause
I don't know why.
Check this.
Tell me why. Tell me why you're insane.
So, when I was working in the office for so many years.
No denial. I'm not insane. No.
Nah.
You know why?
No, you know
That's
why
what
I'm
you
insane?
say. Like, you're crazy. You know
Absolutely.
why?
All I heard working at a goddamn office for years was dress for the job you want. So I started rocking a goddamn championship belt to the fucking office.
You brought that to the office?
You goddamn right I
and
did.
you wonder why you lost your job. What's wrong with you,
I
dog?
didn't lose shit. I walked away from that fucking job. I walked into the office with my belt. I walked out as champion. They said the world was gonna keep on moving.
Nobody took this belt away from me.
Hell no.
While I was at the office job.
They said the world was gonna keep on moving and everything was gonna be just fine after that. What happened 2 months later? My boss got fired, and then a month after that, COVID hit. The world didn't keep moving, motherfuckers.
Yeah, a lot of stuff got shut down because of that, and a corporate place like that was not going to fucking not toe the line. They were going to be like, hey, whatever we need to do, we're going to do that and a little bit more. Sorry.
Isn't that crazy though? Because my whole deal that was leading up to my panic attacks was the fact that I was going into the office having to deal with all types of crazy shit on top of sitting in traffic every fucking day. So I said, if I can get more done at home.
I mean, working at home, if possible, is the way to go, I think.
Right?
I know I'd do it if I could, but I can't. At least not what I do right now. But this is amusing because, like, technically speaking, this episode has been recorded prior to the previous 2 episodes. I've never technically done anything like this, where right now, when this episode's dropping, I'm still, like, coming home. I've been on vacation, technically speaking. We're sort of time traveling right now. Like, I'm going to this Bronco thing to do off-roading. And not my Bronco, but somebody else's, Ford's Bronco. Ford's like got this ownership experience. You go and like drive a Bronco off-road for the day in this like exotic locale or whatever. Not really exotic, but like a very off-road specific like trail. It's like a training facility kind of thing. And me and one of my homies from high school, my buddy Nick of the Nick and Brandon crew from Roanoke.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna go do that next weekend. And I'm excited about it, but it's weird that this podcast, the 859th, I believe, episode this is, like, it's out of order, it's out of sequence. It's very amusing to me because I made 4 music playlists today so that I could, get this done for you, the people. Because, I got time this weekend, man. What the fuck? I might as well get something done with myself. Feeling good about it. Let's go.
Oh yeah, man.
Right?
Productivity,
man. I'm gonna have something for you. And when I'm not even around. No Big Mike, no Jew this week. Shit happens. No Jew Behar. Motherfucker, we're talking over fucking everybody last episode. I'm about to freak out on them. Fucking motherfuckers. Like it's the goddamn View. Motherfucker be talking like it's the View. Hold up, let me just go on and scream over you.
Oh no. Hold on there, Whoopi.
I'm telling you, that's Big Mike's, one of Big Mike's AKAs of Whoopi. Like, that was all I'm going to introduce him at this week. Tomorrow, which will be in last episodes. We'll be like, hey, Jew Behar and Whoopi. Yep, all kind of nicknames in this bitch. Calling people all kinds of stupid shit. This is good times, man. Good times.
Indeed. And I feel this is way better than The View.
Absolutely.
You ain't got no commercials. You ain't got no tampon commercials.
Well, if you're watching it on YouTube or Rumble, you're probably getting smacked with commercials because they're fucking psychopaths with the amount of commercials that they do. Those channels, those avenues of consumption are very annoying.
Which means these motherfuckers just saw the same 8 commercials like 15 times.
Dude, it keeps playing the same terrible fucking commercials over and over and over on YouTube or Rumble or whatever the fuck video fucking platform you're looking at. They hit you with the same terrible commercials. They're so bad, they're like, most major retailers don't want you to know about this, but there's nothing they can do about it. Shut the fuck up! Fuck you!
You know what the super annoying about the thing is? Is that they set aside 45 seconds for the fucking commercial break, but they make each fucking commercial 5 seconds long, so you still get 9 commercials in the goddamn commercial break.
That's some bullshit.
It's some serious fucking bullshit, man. Shit pisses me off, man. I can't hardly watch YouTube anymore. It's gotten so bad. And Rumble's the same thing. Like, I was watching something on Rumble, and it had a commercial 5 minutes in. And then it had a commercial 10 minutes in. And I was like, all right, I'm going to Spotify. I know this is on Spotify. I'm going to go either watch or just listen. I listen to things on Spotify that I used to watch on fucking YouTube. Because fuck you, fucking YouTube. I'm not paying a premium to skip the ads. You're not Amazon. You're not worth it. I pay the premium to skip the ads on Prime, but not for you, YouTube. Fuck you, YouTube.
Case in point, I haven't even watched Raw live on Netflix in a number of weeks just because of the fact that if I just wait until the replay comes on like an hour later, no ads.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is fucking beautiful. No ads, man. I love no ads. Like, if I can watch somebody live on Rumble, there's usually no ads, but that's if you can get through the ads. Some of these things, they can't even load correctly. Like the ad will just come up black screen, and you're like, hello? Okay, I guess I'll just start over. Let me, fucking exit out of the app and everything. Like, swipe it all away and everything, and reopen it. And
all
come
because
back.
some bum-ass local wanted to fucking try to insert their ad like a dickwad.
No, because some douchebag wants to sell me a fucking monocular that you could see 2.5 miles away with. I don't need that shit, fuck you. This is fucking ridiculous. Why is this shit? Why do I see things like this? Why do you advertise things like this to me?
Because they're only going to make 200 of them, that's why.
I don't know, dude. It's some serious garbage. There's a lot of crap that I see come across these things. All these ads are so fucking terrible. Like, you want food prep kits? I'm like, no, fuck you. What the fuck is this shit? Like, why do you keep advertising all this stupid shit to me I don't fucking want anything to do with? Fucking YouTube.
What pisses me off about the food prep kits, because that's what's the name of that company? Like Travala, whatever.
I don't know, dude. There's a bunch of them. I don't even know.
Dude, them shits look like straight up Demolition Man meals. Like, enjoy your meal, and it's like a little squiggle of fucking mustard and some corn. Like, the fuck is this?
Yeah. Little pellets that expand when they get in your belly.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
For $300 a month. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I don't know, dude. Things are ridiculous these days, man.
I'm still waiting for the fucking I still want that dehydrated pizza that they had in Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
A little drop of water, stick
put it in the rehydrate. Nobody rehydrates a pizza like you, Grandma.
Yeah. And that rehydrated pizza looked tasty as a motherfucker.
I mean, and it comes pre-sliced, like perfectly sliced.
Perfect.
Like, it comes all apart.
You ain't gotta worry about it being all slid around in somebody's fucking back seat on the way over to the house or nothing.
That really does take up a great amount of space, though. If you could have, like, a bunch of dehydrated pizzas just chilling in your cabinet, like, or your refrigerator or whatever, that's like, they could go in, like, the vegetable drawer. You could fill up your vegetable drawer with fucking Pizza Hut dehydrated pizzas and throw them in the rehydrator and just bling.
Boom.
Like, instantly, too. Bro, Back to the Future had so many things that we still don't have that looked amazing. That, like, why wouldn't you want that? Of course you want that.
And if you think about it, it's not impossible.
I don't know, man. I think that you'd have to put too many weird things in to make a pizza really do that.
That quick, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, by like 2025 standards, let's be realistic. It could be done. It would probably take the pizza maybe like, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes to come to full fruition.
Did you ever see the Star Trek replicators in Star Trek: The Next Generation, the food replication systems? They basically would walk up to it and be like, "I'd like Earl Grey tea, hot." and a cup would appear with tea in it, just out of thin air, right? And like, so you could go up and be like, let me get a New York slice of pizza from 1997 or whatever. Like, if the recipe's in the thing, it'll spit that thing out to you.
Oh shit!
Like fresh and hot, ready to be made. And it's a matter applicator or some shit. I don't even know what, you know what I mean? It's fucking science fiction. It's bullshit. Who the fuck knows what it is? But like, supposedly it takes matter and reorganizes it into whatever fucking food you want, right? So that's the real future. Until we can do that, like, I'm not interested. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not interested in taking like a little baby pizza and turning it into a full-size pizza nearly instantaneously, because there's got to be something in there that's unhealthy. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like all the stuff we're trying to get taken out of the food, I'm not adding things to the food so that I can have a miniaturized version in a shrink-wrapped little piece of foil that I throw into a machine that doesn't exist, and then it comes out fully cooked, ready to eat.
Putting in fucking Play-Doh or fucking silly putty.
There's something in there, dog.
Something.
They taking old asbestos and mixing it up in there. Who the fuck knows, dog?
That shit that they use in the high school wrestling mats and shit.
Right. Yes.
Ooh. Yeah.
Once you get that in your stomach, you're not hungry ever again. Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we're going to have to bring this episode of Ridiculousness to a close. I'd like to thank you so much for listening. I'd like to encourage you to check out the man J-Dub's professional wrestling video series that he's doing under... Give yourself a shout out.
Let me hit him with it. You can find me on YouTube under Superstation WJDL TV 5.
All right, there you go. Check him out. We'll put a link in the video or in the whatever descriptions for the show, wherever I can. I'll put some links up. And don't forget, check out old episodes, check out new episodes, like, share, subscribe. Be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick. And keep coming back. We'll see you another time. Peace be with you.